Hey, Michael Church, Crawl Space Ninja. Today I want to talk to you all about radon in crawl spaces. We recently did a video about does a loose lay vapor barrier control moisture effectively, and we had a lot of comments about what people's experience of that was. And one of the comment was they said that one of the reasons why you should encapsulate the crawl space is to control radon. And I just want to cover that with you all. Stay tuned. So keep in mind that if you own a home, especially in the South, you have a 30 to 50% chance of having radon issues in that home. Now, typical radon problems are seen more in slab homes and basements versus crawl spaces, especially if it's a ventilated crawl space, because when you have all the windows of the crawl space open, the radon has the ability to go in and out of the crawl space. By the way, if you're new to Crawl Space Ninja, we talk about everything related to crawl spaces, basements, and air quality, and we hope you'll subscribe to our channel and ring the notifications bell and follow us on Facebook. What we have to address inside of crawl spaces is a potential soil gas problem. We call it soil gas because there's more than just radon as a soil gas. And I'm not gonna get into what radon is and all that. I did a couple of videos about radon, and I'll put them down below about, you know, areas of the country that have more radon than others and how you can find out if you have radon. But one of the things that we do, according to the EPA, is we install an active ventilation system when we encapsulate the crawl space. So if you've got 10 vents, we seal up 9 and then we put a fan in one of them and blow the air out because we want that crawl space under negative pressure. People all the time are asking me, well, where does the negative air come from? It can come from anywhere. It can come from the unsealed door. It can come from the ground. It can come from the living space. The point is that you want to draw that soil gas out, the potentially harmful soil gas out of the crawl space. It's only a 1 CFM of air for every 50 square feet, so it's not like it's going to drain your utility bill or anything. It's not even really enough to affect humidity because the dehumidifier is going to be able to take care of that. But what you have to make sure of is that you don't fix a crawl space moisture and mold problem and create a radon problem. There's different ways to address this. As I said, we put in the active ventilation system. That's step number 1. You can also do what's called a sub-membrane depressurization system, and that's where you run a pipe all the way around the perimeter of the crawl space. It's normally a perforated corrugated pipe, and then you bring it up to a T. That T comes up, it's a 3 or 4 inch line, goes out of the foundation wall, and then there's a radon fan outside the house that draws moisture out from underneath the vapor barrier. But here's the thing. Loose lay vapor barriers are ineffective at controlling radon because according to the EPA, you have to mechanically attach the vapor barrier. Actually, they don't even require a mechanical attachment. They require an adhesive attachment. We just mechanically attach it because we know adhesives fail. So you want to use a polyurethane caulk to attach the vapor barrier to the foundation wall and all the pillars. And then every seam, every time you have an overlap, you want to put polyurethane right where the seam overlaps and then use a vapor barrier tape to tape that up. But the tape isn't even required according to the EPA. They just want the polyurethane caulk. I'm not a big fan of caulking joints because the caulk fails. So what we do is we encapsulate the crawl space. Once we get it at the top, if you have a radon issue and we're installing a radon mitigation fan, we install the polyurethane caulk across the seams and where the joints are and all that. That way it's a better control of radon. So what I'm trying to say is vapor barrier doesn't really do anything to control radon. There's a lot of radon vapor barriers out there. It is a piece of the puzzle to controlling radon, but you also need the piping and the fan and all that other stuff. And especially a loose lay vapor barrier, there's just, you know, it just becomes useless. There's really no reason to put down a loose lay vapor barrier unless you're just trying to pass code to build a house. So my name is Michael Church with Crawl Space Ninja. We hope you make it a happy and blessed day, and we'll see you later.